Straight ahead on 12 News Weekend, music comes full circle. The story behind the spike in vinyl record sales. Plus, our interview with the future CEO of North Memorial Healthcare. What he says has to change. But first, the place that Osseo hopes will help revitalize its downtown. 12 News Weekend starts right now. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on 12 News Weekend. For more than 10 years, the parking lot in Osseo sat empty.
Now it has been transformed into a gun club. As Cassie Bonstrom reports, owners and city officials believe it will help revitalize the small city.
It took years of work, but the empty lot in Osseo is now a state-of-the-art 20,000 square foot gun club and pro shop.
It's huge. This is a big thing.
The club features a retail store, gun shop, and 20 lanes where people can practice shooting targets and familiarize themselves with new firearms.
Anyone is welcome to come to the Osseo Gun Club, from beginners to experienced shooters.
Even I was able to try out shooting a firearm with the help of a range officer who was there to guide me every step of the way. Janine Gill and her husband say their club will help revitalize Osseo and will pull residents in from all over the Northwest Metro.
We thought, great place, nice small town that needs more people driving through than driving past on 81.
Dan Barnes of Maple Grove plans to be one of those regulars.
Oh, I'll be here every week.
He's looking forward to having a space to hang out with others who share a similar passion.
It's nice to have a recreational place where everyone can get together. There's not a whole lot of that besides the bars here in Osseo that adults can get together and hang out and have a good time.
Prior to construction, there was some controversy about the club's proximity to area schools. But now that they're up and running, Janine hopes anyone with concerns will come in and see what they're all about.
There's always going to be some opposition, but if they come in and see how we are set up and have a range officer at all times in our range and the training classes and see that we're all about safety, you know, I think that could dispel a lot of concerns.
In Osseo, I'm Cassie Bonstrom, 12 News.
In addition to shooting lanes, the gun club has a simulator that offers real-life scenarios. It also offers safety courses.
Maple Grove police are urging homeowners to take extra precautions after several recent burglaries. Burglars have 5 homes in the Eagle Lake neighborhood between November 27th and December 1st. The burglaries happened during different times of the day, and in each case, none of the residents were home. Right now, police say they don't have any suspects, but Maple Grove Captain Dan Wills wants people to be on the lookout for solicitors and make sure they have a permit to ensure the business is legitimate.
There have been burglaries like that in the past where somebody will act like they're a solicitor or somebody else in the neighborhood, knock on the door. If nobody answers, they'll make forced entry into the residence.
Police say that if you're not going to be at home, have your driveway shoveled, make sure mail and packages are being picked up, and set your lights to a timer to create the appearance that your home is occupied.
North Memorial Medical Center in Robbinsdale will soon have a new CEO. Dr. Kevin Croston is replacing Lauren Taylor, who is retiring in April. Croston is a surgeon at North Memorial who previously ran the hospital's trauma program for more than 20 years. He says the future of healthcare will be challenging. Croston says it will require people to change in ways they've never had to change before.
Our society can't afford healthcare the way we're delivering it right now. And it may not be the best way to do it. But you're asking people to change things they've been doing for 50 years, so nurses are going to have to deliver care differently than they have for the last 50 years, and they don't understand why. And I can't make a good case why, other than I just know it's too expensive the way we're doing it right now.
Croston believes there will be greater focus on wellness and prevention programs to curb costly hospitalizations.
In our weekend review, we learned Maple Grove will be one of the distribution sites for the state's new medical marijuana program. 2 companies will grow and manufacture the drug, Minnesota Medical Solutions and Leaf Line Labs. It will be made available starting in July. Anyone interested in medical marijuana will first have to be certified by a healthcare provider, then they'll have to register to become eligible. On a near unanimous decision, the Minnesota State High School League and Brooklyn Center voted to implement a policy for determining the eligibility of transgender students who want to play high school sports. It goes into effect next school year. Eligibility would be decided through an appeals process overseen by the High School League. Maple Grove Senator Warren Limmer was among those who attended the hearings. He believes the state legislature should decide the issue. And a land dispute involving a Golden Valley restaurant will now head to the Minnesota Supreme Court. The owner of Good Day Café filed a lawsuit last year claiming he didn't get a fair shot to buy state-owned land next to his restaurant. That land near Interstate 394 is slated to become a senior living complex. Because of the lawsuit, the project has been delayed. The Minnesota Supreme Court will begin hearing arguments next month.
A major renovation project in Crystal is underway to give a shopping center a new look. A new Starbucks recently opened at the Crystal Gallery Mall. Next month, the Noodles & Company and Great Clips will open. And eventually, an Anytime Fitness will be there. It's part of a multi-million-dollar renovation of the 30-year-old mall. After the project is complete in mid-2015, businesses will have their own separate entrance.
Through this renovation and re-tenanting, we've taken the shopping center from about 35% occupied on up to about 90% occupied here.
A new base of potential daytime customers are also arriving next month. More than 100 employees with the Metropolitan Council will take over second-floor office space at the mall to do work on the Blue Line light rail extension project. Well, coming up on 12 News Weekend, what was once old has become new again. We'll have the spin on local vinyl record sales.
And then later in sports, why Park Center looks like a top team again in girls basketball.
But first, a warm-up is on its way, but it could be a sloppy Monday morning commute.
Minnesota Teen USA 2015 is Hayden Hammon.
A Maple Grove teen still can't believe it's real, but indeed, Hayden Hammon is the new Miss Minnesota Teen USA. She beat out more than 60 other contestants.
You're comparing yourself to these beautiful women who have everything going for them and thinking, how could I ever come out with the crown, you know? Literally every girl in that pageant is just stunning, both inside and out.
Hammond put in countless hours preparing for the pageant, especially when it came to fitness and nutrition. She will soon get ready for the Miss Teen USA pageant held in early 2015 in the Bahamas. And boy, doesn't that sound lovely.
That sounds like a nice place to be.
Yeah. Well, have you made a dent into your holiday shopping list yet?
One gift definitely getting a little bit of traction out there. It's old school. As Eric Nelson found out, vinyl records are suddenly trendy again.
Just call it a record comeback.
There's definitely a warmer feeling with vinyl. You know, some people like the old vinyl where it's got pops and clicks.
According to Digital Music News, vinyl record sales have jumped 38% in 2014. And 8.3 million albums could be sold in the U.S. this year.
I think there's something just in the process of, you know, taking a record out of a jacket, putting it on the record player that a lot of people enjoy.
From the Beatles to Three Dog Night to Led Zeppelin, the spike in record sales proves that what goes around comes around. Suddenly, CDs are no longer vogue, as their sales are dropping.
I like to have physical copies of the music I buy, and CDs they feel pretty disposable now. Whereas with vinyl, I feel like I'm investing in something.
Vinyl is something a bunch of my friends and I have gotten into in the last couple of years. It's been a popular trend. Something we do kind of as a hobby.
Yep, based on the sales numbers, it's vinyl record time once again.
It's not just the old school vinyl records that are popular, such as the Monkees. The new school stuff is also flying off the shelves, such as Churches.
On Black Friday, some 70 people waited in line at a local down-in-the-valley music store just to get new vinyl releases.
Not for some, you know, doorbuster sale, but just for the limited edition vinyl. They're buying more indie rock stuff you hear on The Current, stuff like that on vinyl.
All of which proves that the music business has come full circle. In Golden Valley, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
And another reason for the rise in vinyl record sales is that for some people it has that connection to the past. Now, what about you, Delane? Do you collect vinyl records?
I do not.
Do you not?
No, my parents have vinyl records.
Okay.
Me personally, I haven't gotten a vinyl record since the 80s. I have a couple Sesame Street ones.
There you go. I
Dr.
think I have a
Seuss.
Rainbow Bright one somewhere too.
Exactly.
So there we go. We need to get with the trends, I think.
Apparently, yeah.
Coming up, a light display that makes a Plymouth neighborhood sparkle and shine.
But first, the Maple Grove boys basketball team is a team on the rise this winter. We catch up with the Crimson next in sports with Jay Wilcox.
The door is open on another season of tubing at Elm Creek Park Reserve in Maple Grove. The tubing hill and its 13 runs open on Saturday, 2 weeks earlier than normal. The colder weather this season has been perfect for making snow. I'm glad it's been perfect for something. I would say it's been perfect for staying inside, maybe playing a little basketball, watching basketball.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got a lot of good teams in the area this year, and one coming off a championship, so definitely a lot of excitement for their team.
It'll be tough to top last season for the Park Center girls basketball team. The Pirates not only reached the state tournament for the first time, they won the Class 3A title. And what a game it was in the championship. The Pirates beat Marshall 73-71 in 3 overtimes to take the title. Park Center graduated Top Gun Kayla McMorris, who is now playing for Wisconsin, but pretty much everyone else is back this season. They know it's a new season and nothing's been won yet, but there's no denying this should be a very good team again.
I mean, obviously Kayla was the biggest player on our team. It's hard not having her this year, but I mean, we're obviously going to do good. We can play without her. We just got to learn how to play together, and I think we'll be good without her. We just got to learn what to do on the court.
It's something that we have to go get again this year. Like, it's not going to be given to us, and we know just because we won it last year doesn't mean, well, it means it's up for grabs for anyone this year.
Senior captains Hannah Schaub and McKenna Dubois are back. Schaub missed the postseason run with a knee injury, but has been cleared to play to start this season. A loaded sophomore class that includes post player Michaela Hayes, Fashayo Iobamadelli, Ann Simonette, and Danielle Schaub will make this a strong team for years to come. The Pirates know they're in for some tough tests in the mostly Class 4A Northwest Suburban Conference, especially after winning that title.
They're obviously a class higher than us when coming to sections, so it's nice playing those like hard, tough teams and then going down to our section, and they're also more tough teams, but we've been playing it the whole season.
You have to understand what it means to play hard every day, play at the same level every day, because the teams who are coming in are going to be playing their best game of the year every night. And so that is a thing that you have to become accustomed to, and that we have some growing up in that area to do, definitely.
The Pirates beat Rogers 70-63 in their season opener Thursday. They face Armstrong and Centennial in the week ahead. Well, it should be a very strong winter for boys basketball in the area, too. Maple Grove is one of the teams that's expected to have a good team this season. The Crimson returned 2 of their top players from last year, and they still aren't seniors. Brad Davison was one of the top guards around as a freshman last season and should be even better as a sophomore. And 6'9" junior Reed Nicko may be the best shot blocker in the state and is emerging as an offensive force. Both of those guys are getting a lot of college looks. Taiwan Pickford started the second half of last season and will be a key contributor too. It's a solid team with room to grow.
I think we have a lot of development left to do this year, but we have all the pieces there. We're really young, we're a really dangerous team. We have a good mix of athleticism and leadership. I think we'll be a very good team this year.
I think each practice and each game we're gonna get a little bit better as we go, which is always good with a young team. I think as soon as we get more experience and, as you said, get in shape, I think we'll be a very good team in this state.
The great thing about where we're at right now is we can get better. It's very obvious in practice in our first game. We have a lot to work on, a lot to improve on, and these guys are hungry to improve and to learn and get better. So I like what we're starting right now.
Maple Grove beat Irondale Tuesday night to start conference play in the Northwest Suburban. They opened the season with a 2-point road win against Cooper, and that was a good test.
Really good for our team because our goal this year is to make the target center, and we're going to have those tough games that go down to the wire. So as much experience in those games as we can get, we'll take.
I think it was really good for us to have a test like that on the road early in the season and just kind of see how we'd handle it through adversity. I think at halftime, once we talked about it and settled down, I think we handled the adversity very well, and I think it was good that we had that right off the bat.
Maple Grove plays at Blaine and at Totino Grace in conference games in the week ahead. Though the weather's warmed up a bit again, ice fishing is on the mind of a lot of Minnesotans. The 22nd annual St. Paul Ice Fishing and Winter Sports Show kicked off Friday afternoon at River Center in St. Paul. It's billed as the largest ice fishing show in the U.S. About 190 exhibitors are on hand with plenty of seminars too. We ran into our resident fishing pro Terry Tuma giving an ice fishing seminar. He says that's a growing industry.
And it's just amazing where we're headed with ice fishing, with the industry. It's considered a lifestyle today. And we can see they opened the doors early at the River Center for the ice fishing show, which is today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And it's just full of enthusiasm. I mean, when you see a line that far out, Jay, you can tell on a Friday afternoon what's really taking place in the ice fishing business.
The show runs until 7 o'clock Saturday night and 10 to 5 on Sunday. And boy, there are a lot of different things to buy out there.
I bet. You can spend your money really quickly.
That's for sure.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Well, up next, one of the most popular Plymouth neighborhoods this time of year.
This special reason for all the sparkle and shine we'll tell you when we come back.
Well, finally, a light show in Plymouth that shimmers with hope.
For the 5th year running, Mike Justak has created this masterpiece called PD Shimmers. And each year it keeps getting bigger. In year 1, Justak had 8,000 lights. This year, 58,000 lights covering 8 homes. 58,000 is a very significant number here. That's how many people will be diagnosed this year with Parkinson's disease. Justak himself battles Parkinson's, which is why this show is so very important to him.
It's a way to demonstrate that you can overcome obstacles, and I try to say that we shimmer lights of hope as well, that someday we can find the cure for this disease. There's 1 million Americans have Parkinson's in the United States.
All of the lights are synchronized to music, including Johnny Mathis' Winter in Wonderland and a Star Wars medley too. And you may be wondering about Justak's neighbors who just volunteered their yards. They told him their yard is his canvas. And interestingly enough, it was his Jewish neighbors who were the first to join his Christmas light show, and they can get behind a good cause for sure. New this year, PD Shimmers will be streamed live on the internet every night from 5 until 10. And for details, you can go to pdshimmers.com. That's a lot of work.
5 to 10, though. I'm interested in doing that. Either maybe I'll drive out there and check it out.
You should. 58,000 lights. You can't go wrong, I don't think.
Great cause, too.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll leave you with music from Calvary Lutheran Church's Christmas concert. Enjoy.